So tell us about your experience with Synergip.
So working with Synergip has been an absolute pleasure for us. You know, the team at Synergip and us, we've been able to mesh out a very effective communication strategy. And it's been pretty easy for us. We're on daily calls with them in the evenings and in the mornings, and the team is very clearly able to communicate all the tasks, all the roles. And on top of that, you know, we felt that there's a very strong execution ability. So once they say what they're going to do, they're very clear about talking through how that execution is going, and if anything is lagging, we're able to intercept it then. So it's been really great for us so far.
So how much direction you have to provide them for them to be able to do what they need to do?
Really, you know, it depends. Initially, of course, there was a lot of direction there, but what I really liked about Synergip's team is they took the product as their own, and they were also, it's gone through the process where they're helping us make some of the decisions on the priorities of the tasks that we're taking on as we're building the product.
Do you see any value addition in terms of they taking initiative on new ways of doing things or new features that you ought to be having any?
Absolutely. You know, a couple of times we do brainstorms and we're getting new ideas and features from them, and it's like tremendously valuable to get their input. It's been valuable for us.
Any kind of a fact that you're in Bay Area, do you see any difficulty being able to overlap time with them and be able to collaborate with that team?
To a certain extent, yes. You know, but we make it work. So we have calls that usually, if we're there in the morning, they're at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. or in the evening from 8:30 to 9:30. But the good thing about that is, you know, we've always got everybody on the team's on there, and we're able to get what we need out of the way.
Okay. Any challenges you've faced so far with the team?
Challenges. Let me think about this one.
Okay.
Some of the guys out there, one of the challenges we found is that some of them don't have the strongest internet connectivity. So almost on a daily basis with some of them, it's hard to hear them or calls drop. And you know, if there was some way we could figure that out, that would probably be very helpful for us, just to keep the momentum going.
Okay. In terms of, can you compare, maybe that may be helpful, is you are here in Bay Area, so you have a choice alternative of building a team locally versus now you're working with a team thousands of miles away. Can you give a little bit of a kind of a perspective on working, what kind of economic advantage you're able to gain by having a team in India versus if you had to build the same team here?
So, I mean, there's a lot, right? The first one, the most important one for us is time. We're able to work on a 24-hour clock, which is really advantageous to us. You know, I've got a full day of work, and at the end of it, when I go to bed and I wake up, the team out there has done a really effective job, and we're able to just pick up where they left off and effectively, you know, 2x on the rate of work which we were able to do. And I think that was really seen in the product that we were able to get up and running so quickly with the Synergip team. So that's probably one of the strongest economic values we've got out of this.
Did you consider starting a team here and decided, any cost advantage, things that you see?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a tremendous cost advantage too in terms of, you know, when we're looking at teams, hiring teams here, building them and growing them versus having a strong team available in India and easily being able to scale up or scale down as our needs occur. It allows us to focus a lot more on our goal as a business and to the client as well.
And in terms of being able to explain the vision, do you see they get the vision, are able to read between the lines what you need to build? Any kind of experience with that?
Yeah, you know, the way we work with the team in Synergip, and Parm and I we make the team as part of our own and treat them like, you know, we've brought them on, we're building a culture with them, and we tend to send out regular emails with the team. Especially when we have client meetings, to explain to them, hey, you know, we had to talk with XYZ customer. This is why this is important. This is why each one of you, you know, working on your respective things is valuable to us and valuable to the vision. So on our side, we really try to keep the team aligned, and they're very receptive to it. And I think it's what's one of the biggest things that keeps our team very strong, and the team dynamic pretty strong as well. So I think one thing to note is, you know, Parm and I, before we started working with Synergip, we're looking at a few contracting companies in the past, and to be honest, we were actually, the experiences we had were not that great in the past, and so we were very hesitant to go with one moving forward. But we saw comfort in the way that after speaking with Hemant and looking at their site and seeing the types of teams and companies they're working with, and we were immediately met with that same level of comfort from day one with the SynerZip team, and it's been great since that point.
Great.
One of the things that I think gets floated around is this differentiation of the term of a contractor and a co-developer.
Yeah.
And I think while a lot of companies do tend to overuse the term co-development to sound good, SynerZip's one of the few companies that actually delivers on that word to the fullest extent it can. And it makes us a much stronger team because of it.